What's up, guys? I have a fever right now as we speak, but something crazy is happening. Guess what? We just got clearance. We're going to go ahead and donate a portion of all of our sales moving forward on Rocket Powered Sound to something called Operation Underground Railroad, which basically stops child slavery. And whether you know it or not, it's happening right now. So that being said, if you guys want to go ahead and grab anything on our site, a portion of that is going straight to that organization. You can go ahead and check that out in the description below. And if you're new here and you haven't had the opportunity to check out any of our products, you can start off with the 5 wave tool pack for $5. That is also in the link down below if you want to grab that while you still can, because that's a limited time thing. Anyways, today we're going to be sound designing this sound. What's going on, guys? Shane here from Rocket Powered Sound, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in around a week. That's because, I've been sick. I've been disgustingly ill. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump straight into the tutorial. First things first, oscillator A, we're going to be running basic shapes because we're going to be making a little bit of FM from B. Actually, we're going to be using FM from A because that's what I did in the original sound. So that being said, go ahead and go into oscillator B and turn on basic shapes as well. Now, we're going to turn off oscillator A because oscillator B is going to be the host. Just because I did it, it makes it easier for just my own knowledge. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and change this to a square waveform. And the thing about square waveforms is they are very, very nice for running FMs and intercepting a signal as from a sawtooth waveform. So go ahead and turn on FM from oscillator A. Now we're going to turn on oscillator A. We're going to go ahead and turn this to a sawtooth waveform, which is number 2 on the lineup. And now we can begin to turn up our FM from B. Okay, nothing too crazy, but let's turn up the octave. And you guys can start to hear we're really starting to get some nice harmonic sounds here. Anyways, go ahead and take our LFO number 1 and stick it onto that FM, of course. Okay, that sounds like complete garbage, but stick with me, guys. We can put this on envelope, and then, if you're feeling crazy, we could just create a nice, simple shape just like that. Okay, now we're going to drop the level on oscillator B because, we don't want the whole sound riding out all the way through as prominent as it already is, so... Okay, I just realized we're running FM from oscillator A into oscillator B. Go ahead and turn off the level. So we're just dropping that down to 0. Okay, it sounds gross, but we need to make it sound a little bit more harmonic, and we're going to be doing that with the sync. The beautiful thing about the sync is rather than just going ahead and turning up the octave, instead what we're doing is we are introducing more cycles of the waveform into a single cycle, basically increasing the pitch, but except we have complete control over the percentages. And when we increase the percent to just barely a whole number, and we just get like a very close fraction to it, it starts to create some really, really interesting harmonic results. And that's what we love to do here at RPS. Okay, moving on, let's go into the filter, and we're going to be using the reverb filter. Most people use a reverb filter for the bad kind of reverb filter uses, like every single dubstep producer that just modulates the cutoff. It goes, here, we got to turn off for oscillator B. It goes just like that. I don't know. They create these really generic basses with it, but we're not going to be doing that because, Rocket Powered Sound Designers, we're the new breed of sound design, baby. So, you're going to go ahead and take your sound design to the next level by going ahead and grabbing our LFO number 1 and then just turning this down onto the cutoff. But one of the things about the reverb filter is we want to turn up the resonance, which basically the resonance just kind of creates almost like effect of a size on the reverb and overlaps the sound more. Okay, it sounds kind of bad, but hear me out. We are going to want to turn on our key tracking. That way, whatever note that we press, the cutoff will move with it. And we do want to adjust this because this sounds terrible. Turn up the drive. Perfect, that is going to do. Now we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the effects. This is when we're going to start to enhance the sound and actually give it some flavor, because right now it just sounds gross, okay? It sounds disgusting. Go ahead and turn on our filter. Here we got our low pass, but we want to stick it to a high pass. And you know, we always like where with the high pass 18 because it's like it's a nice cut. It's got a nice cut on it. So go ahead and adjust the cutoff. Okay, so we're cutting out a decent amount of the high end here, or the low end, I'm sorry. And we're just going to modulate this bad boy up. And adjust the resonance up quite a bit. So we're basically just stacking up the Q factor a little bit and making that bad boy have a little bit of gain to it. If you see on the IQ, or the EQ, not the IQ. What the hell am I saying? My fever, baby, I'm telling you, I'm like overheating. I'm sweating right now as I'm doing this tutorial. I'm freaking out, man. Anyways, so you can't hear much of a difference right now, but stick with me, baby. I'm telling you. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and turn on our compressor, and we are going to turn on our multi-band selection on here. Not too shabby. Okay, turn on our EQ now, and we're going to drop this to our cut shape here, and we're simply just going to grab our frequency, turn on our LFO onto the frequency now, and then adjust this to just over halfway. We can turn up the Q factor to get that a little bit of a gain. And that alone, especially this Q factor that I'm talking about right here, that gain is really what's driving the speech sound in this particular preset. So it's kind of what is one of the most powerful features. Anyways, let's move on to the hyper. Okay, we don't really need any mix for the hyper, or we don't even need the hyper at all. So we can go ahead and leave that mix down very low. Dimension, we have a low size, and a higher mix is around 30%. And then finally, we can finish her off with a little bit of reverb. So guys, that is how you make a really, really cool metallic bass. One of my favorite metallic basses. That's, you know, I don't really do metallic bass tutorials that much anymore because, you know, they are so generic, but this one is really, really cool, and it sounds a lot more unique than you hear in typical dubstep songs. But anyways, guys, Rocky Parrot Sound, we're, you know, like I said, the whole Operation Underground Railroad thing, we're trying to make a difference in the world here, and that's really, you know, we're starting to see the purpose. So anyways, if you guys want to support us at all, you know, everything is in the link down below in the description. But without further ado, you guys know who I am. I'm Shane from Rocky Parrot Sound. But if you don't, I'm welcome. You know, it's nice to meet you. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next Serum tutorial.